Good afternoon, children.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
So today we'll be continuing with the chapter reaching the age of adolescence. Only a few more topics or few more slides to be completed. So without further delay, let's proceed to the topic. Reproductive health. That is our topic for today. Just a minute. So the next topic to learn is reproductive health. So to maintain reproductive health, we need to maintain or we need to take care of several factors. To begin with, balanced diet. Balanced diet, you know what is meant by balanced diet? Can anybody tell me what is meant by balanced diet? A rough idea?
Ma'am, the
Yes.
food we are eating should be nutritious.
It should be nutritious. It should contain all the nutrients in correct proportions and sufficient quantities. So such a food is known as, or such a diet is known as balanced diet. See, when you are having, or when you're having your meals, carbohydrates, rice or chapati, more in amount, some proteins, less amount of vitamins and minerals, some amount of fat. So each one, it's not that all these nutrients we are taking in equal amounts. So each one has got
Hello, ma'am.
okay. So rapid growth is taking place during the adolescent age. You are rapidly growing. Growth is taking place at a faster rate during this period. So you need a diet which is rich in all the nutrients in correct amounts. A teenager should take adequate amount of carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals. All these are needed. You cannot skip any of these. Each one is having a significant role, very important. You cannot skip. You cannot just consume fatty foods alone and skip all the other nutrients. So all these nutrients should be taken in correct amounts if proper growth has to take place. And at the same time, fried and junk food should be avoided. You can see a girl eating chocolates, chips, all these. You once in a while definitely you can have all that, but you should not depend on these foods completely. Like every time or regularly having junk food or fried food is not at all good for your body. It can lead to obesity and so many other health issues. And these fried and junk foods, they do not contain any nutrients. They have very less nutritional value when compared to other food items. So as far as possible, you should avoid fried and junk food. I know that it is almost, you can say, you nobody will agree to that, because we cannot skip. Even at this age, I love eating chips, but if regularly we consume all these, it can lead to so many health issues. So once in a while, definitely you can have all these like KFC or pizza, all that once in a while, it's okay and fine for a change in taste. Because if we say you to completely avoid, I know that is impossible. You will not do that, because we all love eating such food items, but they don't contain sufficient amount of nutrients. So as far as possible, you should avoid such food items and include healthy food items in your diet, like plenty of fruits and vegetables should be included in your diet. And at the same time, you should consume protein rich food because you are in the growing stage. Not only proteins, vitamins and minerals, all the nutrients, carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals, everything should be included in your diet to make it balanced so that you can have a healthy growth. And at the same time, remember to include iron-rich food items like jaggery, spinach, then dates, gooseberry, bitter gourd. These are some of the food items which contain iron. So iron-rich food items should be included in your diet because iron is very essential for the formation of red blood cells. In red blood cells, you know, there is a pigment, hemoglobin. Heme is made up of iron. So for the formation of red blood cells, iron is needed. So you have to take care to include iron-rich food items in your diet. It can be asked as a reasoning question. It is advised to include iron-rich food items in our diet. Give reason. What is the reason? It is essential for the formation of red blood cells. Okay, once again, balanced diet is a diet which contains all the nutrients in correct amounts or in correct proportions and sufficient quantities. A teenager should take in all the nutrients in sufficient amounts. Carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals should be included in the diet. Fried and junk food should be avoided as far as possible because they do not have any nutritional value. They do not contain sufficient nutrients. Adolescents should include iron-rich food items because iron is very essential for the formation of RBCs. And balanced diet, as I told you, it's very important for maintaining reproductive health or general health of your body. Along with that, personal hygiene is another very important aspect essential to maintain health. Personal hygiene. What do you mean by maintaining personal hygiene? Or tell me, how do we maintain? How can we maintain personal hygiene?
Ma'am, by taking bath.
By taking bath, then
Ma'am, brushing our teeth.
brushing our teeth, finished. Wearing clean clothes, combing your hair. So there are different ways in which you can maintain personal hygiene. A bath regularly, at least once a day. Brush twice a day. Taking bath at least once every day is very, very important to maintain proper hygiene. And not only teenagers, everybody should maintain personal hygiene. But your case means, as I told you, sweat and sebaceous glands show increased activity. So more amount of oil and sweat will be produced. And as a result, cleanliness is very, very important. And if proper hygiene is not maintained, it may lead to different infections, bacterial infections. And in case of girls, not only girls, boys and girls, they should equally maintain. Everybody should maintain personal hygiene. But girls, during the menstrual period or during her menstrual cycle or when menstruation is going on, she need to take extra care in hygiene so that she will not get affected by any infection or there won't be any sort of infection or health issues. The next is physical exercise. Very, very important. You should take
Ma'am,
regular
can you show the
exercise.
last slide?
Yes. I'll show all the slides once again.
Okay.
Physical exercise like walking or doing any sort of exercises or even yoga, playing outdoor games. So earlier, playing outdoor games, it was so common. All were interested in playing different outdoor games. Now also children play. I'm not telling about after corona, before corona also, before this COVID-19 also, playing outdoor games were gradually, the interest had already reduced in children because many of them, I'm not saying all are not, none of them are playing any outdoor games, but definitely the interest in indoor games had tremendously increased because of this video games, mobile and all. People are addicted to, they prefer to sit with a mobile or a laptop in their room. They remain shut inside their room and they spend hours with their mobile or laptop and they spare less time for getting involved in some outdoor games. So you can definitely play indoor games, but at the same time, spend time to play some games outdoor also. I'm not telling in the present situation, situations will change. At that time, give importance to outdoor games also, because when you play some games outside, it's giving exercise both your body and mind. But when you are sitting inside your room and playing some mobile or video games, only your mind is getting exercise, but your body becomes sedentary. Body is not moving. So your body also needs exercise. You need fresh air also. So when
Your videos on
yes,
video.
yes. When you play games outside, your body is getting sufficient exercise and you are getting plenty of fresh air. So all that are important for maintaining proper health. And then say no to drugs. During this age, they might get tempted to use some drugs, even alcohol, smoking. So, you know that children, they are in the growing stage. So, they want to get involved in some activities which make them feel that they have grown up. And some just for fun, they try smoking, drinking, or some other addictive drugs they try to use. It can be due to compulsion from the friends or some other pressures. Whatever be the reason, whatever be the problems you're undergoing, never think that you will get or you will feel relaxed when you take all these drugs or smoking or what else, drinking alcohol. All that are not going to give you any sort of relaxation. People might tempt you, your friends might tempt you, or different people can persuade you to use all these, but never get tempted. If you say no to drugs, you are saying yes to health, yes to happiness. Once you get involved in it, maybe for just for fun, just once you will think that let me try smoking just for once. But these are addictive drugs. Even if you use it once, you feel like using it every now and then, and it will be very difficult to get away from that habit. You might have seen some people, they are struggling to overcome, or they even if they feel like, even if they want to stop smoking or drinking alcohol, they are not able to do so. Then in the complicated situation, you will have to take them to some de-addiction centers, and with a lot of struggle, these people get back to their normal life. It's always better to say no. Not even for fun, you should try out any of these, because they are not going to give you any sort of happiness or relax. Some people say that you get a lot of relaxation when you consume or when you use all these. Never ever you're going to get any happiness from that. It can be temporary, but it will give you lifelong agony or lifelong worries and bad health. So always say no to drugs. Drugs are addictive. You should have a strong willpower. Temptations can be there. You might get tempted, but you should have a strong willpower to resist all the temptations and say no to drugs. Even for fun, you should not try out all these. So some will think that just by having once, what is wrong? Next time when it is offered, I will say no. But even by taking once, people might get addicted to that. So even once, you should not taste or use any of these. Addiction to drugs will destroy one's health and happiness. Not only your health and happiness, the health and happiness of the family members also can get affected by a single person. If one person in the family is addicted to any of these drugs or any of these bad habits, the entire family is going to suffer. So always you should have the willpower to say no to all these addictive behavior or addictive drugs. And now we are moving on to the last point, HIV. Have you heard about HIV, children?
No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you heard about AIDS?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes.
What is AIDS? What is AIDS? It's a disease. AIDS is a disease. What is special about AIDS, children? Is there any cure for it? No. till date, there is no cure for, we haven't, or scientists haven't found out any cure or any vaccine or any medicine to completely cure this. Neither we can only take precautions to prevent it. No preventive medicines or medicines to cure it. We can only take precautions and prevent it. And it is caused by the dangerous virus, human immunodeficiency virus. This is the virus which causes AIDS. Expansion of AIDS, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. You can see the picture of the virus, very similar to our coronavirus. Till date, there is no cure. Scientists haven't found out any cure for this disease. Hence, prevention is the only way to prevent, or prevention is the only way to keep us away from this dangerous disease. So if you need to take precautions to prevent it, you should know how this disease is spreading. Let's see what are the different ways by which it spreads. It's spread through sexual contact with the affected person, through infected needles, from the mother to the unborn child, from mother to the baby. When the lady is pregnant, the child, the baby in her womb might get, or through sexual contact, or through infected needles. Maybe a needle was used for injecting a person. That person is a HIV patient, and the same needle is used in another healthy person. There are chances that the healthy person might get the disease. Then through blood transfusion, it's not mentioned here, when the blood is transfused or the blood is received from an HIV person, then in such case also, excuse me, in such case also the disease can spread. And even through breastfeeding, when the mother who is an HIV patient, if she is feeding her child, so through the breast milk also, it can spread to the child. Okay. Are you getting the point? I'll repeat all the points once again, not to worry. This can be transmitted to an infant through mother's milk. So reverse order we will go, starting with the last slide. Human immunodeficiency virus, abbreviated as HIV. It causes AIDS. AIDS means acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. And it is known as immunodeficiency virus, and the name of the disease also has got the term immunodeficiency. The reason is, once the virus enters your body, it will damage your immune system. You know that it's because of the immune system that we are able to resist diseases. We are able to fight against the disease causing germs entering your body. But when this disease or this virus is entering your body, slowly, your ability to resist diseases will get reduced. You won't be able to resist any diseases. All the diseases, once the disease causing germs can enter the body, they will take the most worsened form. Even a common cold, which will be recovered within 1 week in normal healthy people, this can change into some pneumonia or bronchitis, some dangerous disease. Because these people, they don't have the ability to resist. That immunity power diminishes day by day. That's why it got the name human immunodeficiency virus, and the disease got the name acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. There is no cure till date. We haven't found out any cure for this disease, and hence it's very important that we take precautions to prevent this disease. And the disease spreads through sexual contact with the affected person, through infected needles, from mother to her unborn child, pregnant mother to her unborn child, and then through mother's milk or through breastfeeding. And one more method is there, blood transfusion. If we receive blood from an HIV person, then the received person can get the disease. Blood transfusion. Okay, these are the different ways in which AIDS can spread. Okay, shall I change the slide?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, take your own time. Okay, Midun? Midun?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And the previous one, then we learned about the different factors needed for maintaining reproductive health or general health. We started with the first point, that is balanced diet. Balanced diet is a diet which contains all the nutrients in correct proportions and adequate quantities. And teenagers or adolescents, they grow rapidly. Hence, they need a balanced diet. A teenager should take carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals in correct amounts for the proper growth of their body. And they should avoid fried and junk food because these do not have any nutrients, or sufficient nutrients are not there. Adequate nutritional value is absent in these food items. And you should even take care to include iron-rich food items in the diet because they will help in the formation of red blood cells. Another important factor necessary to maintain reproductive health is personal hygiene. Take bath regularly, at least once in a day. Brush twice a day. Keep yourself clean and neat always. And during adolescent age, the sweat and sebaceous glands show increased activity. So there'll be the production of more oil and sweat. So it's very important that you clean your body regularly. Not only teenagers, everybody should maintain personal hygiene. And they are mentioning the significance of personal hygiene in your age. And if proper hygiene is not maintained, it can lead to bacterial infections, and girls should be extra careful to maintain hygiene during menstrual period. Then physical exercises. Your body needs proper exercise if you have to grow properly. Walking, doing or carrying out any sort of exercises, yoga, playing outdoor games, all that will keep you healthy. And always say no to drugs, not even for fun, taste, or use these drugs because they are very addictive. And once you take it, you will get addicted to that. You should have a strong willpower to say no to these drugs. Once you say yes to these drugs, actually, you will be spoiling your life, your happiness, health, etc. So say no to drugs and yes to your health and happiness. Okay, children?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Now, quickly we can summarize. And from next class onwards, that is from Monday, we'll be starting revision. And the notes of this chapter I've forwarded. And you should read the textbook. Don't depend on the notes alone. First, you read the textbook thoroughly. And for revision, you can just go through the printed notes. And textual exercises are also given there. That doesn't mean that it will be asked only from the back of the textbook. Okay. So you have to be thorough with the textbook. From anywhere in between also questions can be asked, because if for the board exam, we cannot predict from where the questions are going to come. So you should also have a practice, and you are having a descriptive test for your final exam along with the MCQ. So prepare well. And when I ask you to revise and come, don't forget it. You write down somewhere and revise and come. Only then it will be beneficial. Otherwise, I will be keeping on asking questions and answering myself. So that won't be enough. Everyone should revise and come. Monday, revise this chapter. Chapter is very simple. Very simple chapter. You can relate it to your own life. So easy to recollect and remember. And maybe you will find a little difficulty in that hormones part. Revise it thoroughly. I've given the different hormones, their functions and all in the table format. Go through that. Prepare well. And we'll have a oral or written test on Monday. So today's portions we'll quickly revise. What are the different factors? Yes.
Can you give the
Ma'am, for
portions
portion.
for exam?
Portions, Sangeeta ma'am will forward. Anyway, I'll tell you what are the portions. All the 3 chapters in your second term, that is reproduction, cell structure and functions, reaching the age of adolescence. Okay. Then we have 2 more chapters in the first term. So first chapter is deleted, crop production and management. We had enough tests based on that. So that chapter is not there. Chapter 2, these 3 chapters are there. Okay, we have been asked, or it has not, these chapters are not tested yet. So these 3 chapters in the second term are there. Then first chapter is not there. Microorganisms, under that you need to learn only about friendly microbes. Harmful microbes, nitrogen cycle, that part is deleted, but learn friendly microbes. You will get the portion list and all. Maybe by tomorrow you will be getting it. Got an idea?
Yes, ma'am.
First chapter
Yes,
not there.
ma'am.
Second chapter, useful microbes only. Then cell, reproduction, and reaching the age of adolescence, complete. Complete chapters are there.
Ma'am,
Okay.
And only four
ma'am, our
chapters.
art integrated project.
Art integrated 8C you will be sending to Deepa ma'am. 8C has to send to Deepa ma'am. Art integrated project you should send to Deepa ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Huh? Remya ma'am. Okay, sorry. 8C should send to Remya ma'am. I'll be collecting 8Bs and 8A to Deepa ma'am. So we have divided like that. You can send to Remya ma'am. Okay.
Ma'am, when is the last day of submission?
February 16th. Before your exams are starting on March 12th. No, February 16th is the last date. By then you
Okay.
send.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. I think you got enough time.
Yes, ma'am.
Only final touch up is remaining. No.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
complete it and send it soon by 16th. So shall we quickly summarize? What are the different factors essential for maintaining reproductive health? Varada, just list the main points.
Ma'am,
Balanced,
balanced diet,
huh,
personal hygiene, say no to drugs.
and the third one, children,
Ma'am, physical hygiene.
physical exercises and saying no to drugs. And what is the name of the virus that causes AIDS?
Ma'am, HIV.
HIV.
What are the different ways in which this disease can spread? One of you. Ashmit,
Ma'am,
Ashmit, tell me what are the different ways by which AIDS spreads?
Sexual contact.
Sexual contact. Second. Anybody else? Sexual
Ma'am.
contact then?
Ma'am, through infected needles.
Through infected needles.
Ma'am,
Third.
Ma'am, from a
Mother
mother to our unborn child.
Third to the unborn child. When?
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
to any
breastfeeding.
from mother's
One at
milk
a
to
time. One at a time.
Ma'am, from a mother's milk and through
From
mother's
through mother's milk. Through
Ma'am,
breastfeeding.
blood
Last one. Blood transfusion.
Transfer.
So very good. So do revise. Any doubts, you send me a voice message. We'll wind up and come prepared on Monday. Which chapter?
reaching the age of
Age of
Reaching the age of
adolescence.
adults.
So thank you,
ma'am.
children.
Thank
See
you,
you
ma'am.
next class.
Thank you, ma'am.